Happy Monday. Hope you are middle of September. Wow. Y'all, where has the time gone? For the love. Here we are, middle of September, and I am so excited for this call tonight. I am going to give a little um tidbit of um gosh, all of a sudden I had everything in my mind exactly how I was going to say it. Now it's gone. Okay, words of encouragement as to taking your products before I introduce our guest speaker, because this is going to give you a little preempt to her testimony. So, one thing that I have learned in the 11 and a half years that I have been with this company is consistency. And we know this, you guys, we all know this. Like, take for instance, working out. Taking your Plexus products first and drinking your water goes hand in hand with that. And I promise you, your results will come. I don't necessarily want to say quicker, but they will come along better. The results will come along better the more consistent you are, aka taking them every day. Now, I have talked to so many people that are like, I just forget or I don't take them with me. You guys don't understand, even still to this point, if I am leaving the house, I literally put them in a Ziploc bag and put them in my purse and have a reminder on my phone as to not miss a day of taking my products. There's just no other way to go around it of being consistent with that, as well as tracking your water. Because I know when I started, I thought I was drinking enough water. And I will always say start with 100 ounces. And when I have people come back at me like, oh my gosh, I have a desk job, whatever. Okay, you can still probably go to the bathroom, but let's track where you're at right now with everything that you're putting in your mouth, especially liquids. And especially if those liquids contain caffeine, extra sugar, things like that. So we know exactly what we're working on. The last couple of people that I have had start with me, I've literally had them journal exactly what they're putting in their mouth. That way we can come back and say, well, I had a soda. I'm drinking a lot of coffee. And it's not just black because this is what I put in it. You guys, let's just be real. These products aren't going to work unless you work with them, and you have to be mindful about everything that you're putting in your body. And I know I've had more people come back than not of people that are like, oh my gosh, I didn't realize I was adding that much extra to sugar, caffeine, everything else. So it's kind of an eye-opening experience. I'm not going at them, wanting to slap the back of their hand, but also if they're willing to invest in me and these products, I want them to have the best opportunity to have them work at the same time, opening their eyes maybe a little bit to exactly what is happening. So, with that being said, I'm so excited. This is my twin sister. Some of you have met her, some of you have not. She has been with me. So, you guys, I started April 1st of 2014. She started December 10th, 2015. So, you watched me for over a year and a half before she started these products. Okay. Um, so I'm not going to take much more of her story because I want her to tell you exactly her story. So she's going to share with you how she started, how it went, and where she's at right now. Jen, can you unmute?
Yep. Can you hear me now? Hello?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, perfect. So, to be quite honest, when Jeannie started Plexus, I was not interested. I thought I was in pretty good shape, and my main sustenance was Coke 24/7. I would keep Coke, a fountain pop, by my bed at night. So if I woke up in the middle of the night, I could drink my Coke. So when she asked me to sign up, I thought, oh, what do you do when your sister asks you to sign up? You sign up to support. So she started me on the triplex, and I'll be honest, my first phase of Plexus was I'll just take it when I don't feel good. And I'll still drink my Coke and still eat like crap. and it didn't work at all for anything. My second phase of plexus was when I had been at the doctor's office and I was started on a thyroid medication, a blood pressure medication, and I was borderline diabetic. And I came home and I called Jeannie and I said, "What do I need to do? Because I don't want to have to take a prescription for diabetes." Um, so she again gave me the layout of what I needed to do, and I started it, the triplex, how she told me to do it. But if I wasn't getting up and going to work, I don't need my supplements that day. If it was the weekend and I wasn't doing anything, I don't need my supplements that day. I didn't need to drink that pink drink every morning, and I kept drinking my pop. So obviously it didn't work. Phase 3 was after my body physically was shutting down and my intestinal system almost literally stopped working. I had to have a surgery. She was the one calling me before that saying, "Can we put this off? You need to try plexus, this, that, and the other." And after I went over the medical information with her, told her, I said, "After surgery, I'm going to do what you tell me to do, how you want me to do it, exactly how you want me to do it. Don't quit on me." So after my last surgery, I started taking it religiously. I remember I was getting my hair cut one day and I thought I was getting the flu. I felt horrible. I was cold. I was shivery. I got done getting my hair cut and I called Jeannie and I said, "What is wrong with me?" And she said, "Your body's detoxing. You're starting to cut out pop and you're taking plexus like I asked you to." She's like, "Don't quit. Push through it. Drink more water, completely cut pop out of my life." I don't know, probably. And then as we've, as I've taken plexus and I've added products and I've taken away products, there is no perfect solution on what everybody should be taking because I knew I had to figure out what I needed. And initially, I needed the energy, I needed the gut health, and I needed to get rid of the brain fog. And so as I started things, took other things away, changed at what time of day I was taking my medication or taking my supplements. Um, and then I was off all of my prescription meds. And I'll never forget my doctor, who I actually went to high school with. He says, "So you did have hypothyroid, you did have high blood pressure, and you were borderline diabetic." I said, "Yes." And he said, "And now you're not." He said, "What did you do?" I said, "I listened to my twin sister, Jeannie, and I took my plexus when I was supposed to." And he's like, "Oh." He's like, "Well, you don't need to be on any of these meds." And after I got consistent and after I got serious, it completely changed my life. I feel better than I felt when I was 30 and working out and thinking that my everything, I was thinking, you wake up, you have no energy, you find a way to get through the day, and then you crash at night, but then you can't sleep really good. And I thought that was the best that I would ever feel until I started taking plexus consistently, like Jeannie had asked. So, my only hope that you'll take away from this is when you sign people up, they're going to do one of the three things that I did. They're not going to take it unless they're sick. They'll take it, but they're not going to take it if they don't have to leave the house that day, or they'll finally get serious about it. And my biggest thing was Jeannie never quit on me. She never did not take my phone call. She always answered my questions when I said, "I have this going on. What can I do?" But until I got serious, it my life it my life changed. I can't even tell you how much energy I have, how much better I sleep. I don't drink pop. I drink gallons of water all day, every day. And I just feel better than I felt back in my 20s and my 30s. So, consistency and love your people through it. That's what I
Right.
got.
With that being said, too, I loved her through it, but I didn't push her through it because we all know the harder we push, the more they push back. So there were times I just had to be like, with my hand, like, I can't help you if you're not going to take the products. They're right there. You have to take them. And I can only do so much. And as for the business side of that, it's the exact same way. At first, she's like, no, I'm not, no, because they're not working for me. So I'm not sharing about it. And so it's coming together, literally with that. And it's handling with kid gloves, and knowing, how hard to push. So, yes, Jen, I am so thankful that you shared that. And we did get it recorded and it's perfect. And this is going to help so many people. And I truly mean that from the bottom of my heart, that I am so thankful to be able to do this journey with you. Um, so does anybody have any questions for Jennifer, before we let her go? She has a very early morning. She normally goes to bed at 8 o'clock. So thank you so much for staying up with us tonight. But does anybody have any questions before we let her go? Not a night owl. Okay. All right. Jen, you're free to go if you need to go. So with that, we have some fun recognition from the last week of me being, I'm not saying incognito, but on a boat, that we ran a challenge for doing some bingos in Alaska, and I have your prizes here on the table. That my goal is to get them mailed out tomorrow. That is truly my goal. So we ran a challenge to do bingos, and we had Kaylee Reich, Lexi Kellner, and Micah Dickey all got one bingo, and we had Lacey Hull that got two bingos for the last week. So those were the ones that were posted in the chat. So I will get your prizes sent out for this next week. And you guys, there's just there is no good way to explain the excitement, the confirmation, it's not the word I want, of being in the right place at the right time with the right company, of what is to come in this next year, if not even in the next 6 months. We did get our sneak peek that we got, that I can't share with you, and we were asked not to share with you, was the holiday line that is coming out. But I promise you, you will be so, so excited with what is coming. You're gonna love it. There's some past things that are coming back, and there are some new things. And those will be coming out next month, October. So I am so excited. That is the one thing that they did give us a sneak peek on. But also, you guys, really, with everything else that is coming, with the double BBBs, business building bonuses, the next day pay, which you all already knew about, with the free shipping for the next 3 months, September, October, November, is for your new VIPs that come in, is going to be absolutely amazing for your people getting started. And then, being able to map a plan and grab their arm, grab their hand, and not drag them, but bring them along with you as to how they can earn all of that extra money too. So, so excited for all of that. I think that is all I have written down, for that. Lexi, is there anything that you want? I'm not going to ask you guys to ask questions because I won't tell you. I mean, you can ask all the questions you want, but I'm not telling you. I'm not showing you pictures because we were asked not to tell. So, does anybody have any questions? Lexi, do you have anything you want to add?
I don't think so. The only things we have the reset challenge this week. If you're doing a reset, a whole bunch of us started today doing the reset. And then the corporate one actually starts tomorrow. So I just started a little group chat if you need to be added to that because you're doing a reset and I don't know yet. Let me know. We have our step group that is going on right now. Don't forget to go and check in. And even if you didn't check in over the weekend or haven't checked in yet, you can still go and check in on the posts, and get your steps. I mean, go ahead and start. Our messenger chat is on Thursday night, and we are going to pivot Taylor dropped some GLP-1 feelers out. So we're gonna pivot and we're gonna make this chat a GLP-1 chat. I know she made the GLP-1 post, and we've had some other people make the post as well and have good results. So if you haven't done that yet, go steal that post and do that, because that will be the focus of our chat. So essentially it's going to be weight loss is going to be the focus if you need a wider spectrum than GLP-1, but that is going to be Thursday night.
Beth and Yvette will be on the 27th in Grand Island from 2 to 4. Put that on your calendar right now. That's going to be huge, you guys. Yvette is from corporate. And then Beth coming back from, she's not even coming from Texas, y'all. She's coming straight from Florida. She's not going home after being gone from Florida to come here to be here for this event. So we are so excited about that. It is from 2 to 4, that's Central Standard Time, in Grand Island, at the golf course where our last one was. Last two have been actually, that Jory was at. So that is going to be huge. So we're going to work on that, later tonight for invites. And also, Lexi can be honest, she can share. I have not even given her my phone. She does not even know what the holiday launch is. I promise you, I have not spilled it to anyone. I don't
She
even think
actually
Woody
didn't
knows.
even tell me that there was anything. So normally she just completely avoids the subject at all. So I didn't even know that they got a sneak peek of anything. I just learned tonight. Top secret. All right, does anybody have any other questions? Okay. Thank you for sharing. Twin takeover, that was so fun. There is